Well, it's time to pull out your jackets and scarves as a cold front sweeps across the southeast, with some Aussies expected to shiver through sub-zero temperatures. Let's go to senior meteorologist at the Bureau of Meteorology, Dean Narramore. Dean, good morning. Geez, that cold snap came through quickly over the weekend.
Yeah, it is freezing out there, isn't it? I think all but NT and WA had temperatures below zero this morning, or at least parts of the state. We saw -7 or -8 through our alpine resorts. Many of our inland areas of New South Wales, Tasmania and northern Victoria saw 0, -1, -2. And we've seen widespread snowfall yesterday and overnight from Bombala, Cooma, up through all our alpine areas in Victoria and New South Wales. The elevated areas around Canberra and even Oberon saw snow, and Robinson as well on the Illawarra. So definitely a big burst of winter right across southeastern Australia at the moment.
Yeah, it was very wet this weekend, certainly in Melbourne and then also in Sydney yesterday. Are we going to see more of that rain? It's windy at the moment too.
Yeah, no, it's all about the wind. The low, thankfully, has moved offshore and it's taken all the rain with it, but it's left the cold air and the wind right across the southeast. So we do have warnings out for damaging and hazardous surf on the New South Wales coast, and also for damaging winds around the Illawarra coast, gusting in excess of 90 there. But big seas and swell. We've seen some of our obs off Bateman's Bay and Eden around the 6-metre mark early this morning, and that's going to continue moving north during the day. So don't go anywhere near the waters. It's going to be pretty bad out there today.
Oh, yeah, good advice, I reckon, Dean. Hey, thanks so much for your insight.
Cheers.
It gets warm quickly.
I dusted
Karl.
off the Ugg boots.
Did you?
Yeah. I literally had to dust them off.
That's an upgrade because you normally stumble in here barefoot, so
Yeah,
at least you've got some
that's true.
footwear now.
But they are rancid, my Ugg boots.
Ew.
Just shocking.
I don't think the nation needs to know that.
I'd love to see them under a microscope.
Oh, no, you wouldn't. Just throw them out. Throw them in the fire and get a new pair. We've got some spare Uggies for Karl.
No, it sounds funny, but I just can't stand.
That wasn't an invitation to start singing,
Well,
Karl.
we had to cut him off, so I'm going to do it.
And coming right up, Karl.
Oh my goodness. I mean, doesn't everyone's husband write them personal song lyrics?
That's terrible. I'm sorry. That is so corny. Jeez.
Nah, can't.
Jeez.
See, the problem is you people from Melbourne are not romantic.
We're romantic. That's just cheesy.
Come off it.
He's supposed to be a singer and songwriter or something, right? He says words are not his passion.
No, it's beautiful.
She's on office.
I like that sort of stuff. Good on you, Jane.
Now, one can only imagine just how many hands the royal family have shaken in their walkabouts over the last few days, but this one is especially cute. The Princess of Wales was greeting fans in Windsor for the coronation big lunch when she came across an 8-year-old boy who made a great first impression on Kate.
That's it. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Hi, James. My brother's called James. Did you know that? It's a good name. How old are you? 8. You're 8. You're having a fun day. What's been the best thing so far? Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you. I hope you had a fun time. Yeah, enjoy your afternoon.
Oh, that is so sweet and so polite.
She's at ease, isn't she?
Yeah, she
She
really
was
is.
terrific the whole weekend. I mean, imagine taking your kids to something of that magnitude. I would have lost my kids in like 2 seconds. Like, you know, they sat there. I wondered if Louis was on the Finnegan because he just sat there so quiet.
I know, there was something going on there, wasn't there?
Yeah, and then it wore off.
Yet he was still so entertaining, wasn't he? Just the yawning. He was embodying a lot of people, I
Bit of
think.
whiskey and sugar.
Something happened.
Like the old days.
So the students here at Holland Park State High are getting ready to perform their musical. It's called Popstar, the 90s Musical. Angus Breyer is the lead in the show. He's the singer of a boy band. He actually looks a bit like a member of the Backstreet Boys. I can see it. Angus, this sounds like such a fun show.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Audiences are going to love it. I reckon they'll be up singing and dancing with us, so it'll be great.
I think so too. Can you show us some? We need to get up singing and dancing this Monday morning. We need to warm up. Yeah. Can you show us a bit?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. I love a bit of 90s music.
Well, the years stop coming and they don't stop coming. So much to do, so much to see, so what's wrong with taking the back streets? You never know if you don't go. You never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. Oh,
We
that
can't show you much of the
glitters
coronation
gold.
concert. We're going to show you this morning.
This is
How
so much
good.
better.
Warm up, a bit of
Did you do that
Smash
when you were a
Mouth
kid?
In the morning.
Yeah, but I was in the
There's
back
also
line.
Britney Spears, there's Backstreet Boys, there's Spice Girls, all the favourites.
Yes,
I'll do
unreal.
the Spice Girls rendition later, okay?
I
Ash?
love that stuff. Ash, good on you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Right. Well, Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis have been on their best behaviour this weekend, perfectly behaved in fact, in Westminster Abbey, and the older two enjoying the coronation concert as well.
I was transfixed, particularly by Louis.
Look at
there
him.
he is, who's 5 years of age. I got a little anxious watching him, but I just couldn't take my eyes away. Let's bring in parenting expert, Dr. Justin Coulson in Brizzy. I really wanted to talk to you about this because Kate kind of makes us feel a little bit inadequate. I mean, we can't even go to the supermarket without our kids embarrassing us. And she had the eyes of the world watching her that whole time.
I felt that kind of pressure. I write parenting books for a living, and I know that people are watching me with my kids. I can't imagine what it's like for her, though. I don't know if you've had that moment, Karl, where you look at your kids, you know you're in public, you know people are watching you, and you put a big smile on your face, and through gritted teeth you say something like, you need to do the right thing now because everybody is watching us. And I reckon they have a couple of those little moments right before they walk out. I've got this feeling that that's what's going on.
So there must be a secret here that we're all missing. I mean, have they just finurged the kids up?
It sounds tempting. I think there's too much energy in those kids' bodies to have any kind of depressants in them. You know what this really comes down to a large degree, I know kids' personality is important, but this is what great parenting is about. And I feel as though we're seeing really attentive, really attuned parents here. They've got a parenting style that there's a technical term for it. There's a billion parenting styles out there. The media has made sure of that. But they've got this parenting style that makes sure that those kids' needs are met and they feel safe in that environment.
Yeah.
But they also understand that there are limits and boundaries, there are expectations on the behaviour, and they're great to watch, aren't they?
Well, you know more than most the different kinds of parenting styles there are out there. Do any trump others?
Yeah, they do. So, as you would know, Channel 9 has this amazing TV show starring some guy and Alison Langdon. It's called Parental Guidance. And after season 1, where we were looking at tiger parents and free-range parents and all those helicopter parents sort of stuff, I was inspired to write a book called The Parenting Revolution about what the best parenting style is. And typically, most psychologists will tell you that you've got authoritarian parents who are like laying down the law. And you've got permissive parents who are like, hey, kiddo, free reign. And then you've got what you call authoritative parents who have this nice mix of high levels of limits, but also lots of love. But there's another parenting style that I write about called need-supportive parenting. And that really is the one that I think that's what we're seeing with the royals. I think that's what they're doing with their kids. They're making sure there's lots of connection. They're making sure that the kids feel capable. They're training them so they know what to do. But they're also giving them a sense where they can of control over their lives so that when they're in those situations where they can't have the control, they get it and they know what to do. It's a really, really nice mix.
You've raised 6 daughters, God help you when they're in their teens. But because not every child is the same though, and it can be pretty full on to manage different needs from different children.
Yeah, it can, Karl. I've got 2 of them who are in their teens right now. I've got 3 who have actually left home. Like I'm that old. In fact, my oldest is about to make me a grandpa. Can you believe that? I know I don't look old enough, but it's about to happen. She and her husband are expecting. And over the years, I've tried a whole lot of things. You have to raise your kids differently based on their temperaments. But again, if you go back to those 3 things that I mentioned, making sure there's a really strong connection, helping the kids feel like they're capable and competent in the context in which you're raising them, and giving them a sense of control over their lives. The research evidence is so clear. You do those 3 things, you're going to raise kids who thrive.
Very good advice.
Makes it sound so easy.
I know, you really do.
I love
Can't
it.
be that easy.
I love your show too, and your book, The Parenting Revolution, is available now. He knows what he's talking about.
He sure does.
Terrific.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my goodness, Karl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Karl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?